Being directly proportional with x means their ratio must be something constant. Therefore, whatever their value is, that constant cannot change. And for x is equal to y is equal to 12, we know that y is equal to x is equal to 15. On the other hand, we're given x as 75 too. What we are asked is this y value. So we are supposed to solve this equation, y over 12. Sorry, let me correct. 12 over 15 is equal to y over 75. When we simplify things here, 15 will become 1 and 75 will become 5. Therefore, when we multiply each side by 5, what we will have will be y, which will be equal to 5 times 12, which is equal to 60. This time we have x and y as inversely proportional. Therefore, their multiplication must be something constant. And we are given that when x is equal to 9, y is equal to 10. Therefore, 9 times 10 must be equal to y value that we're looking for times 18. Therefore, what we can do is just to simplify these values. This will become 2. We have 10 here, and we just divide this into 2. And this will become 1, 2. This will be 5. Therefore, y is equal to 5. X and y are inversely proportional, so their multiplication is constant. And we know that y is equal to 18 when x is equal to 6. And we're asked about the y value when x is equal to 3. When we simplify each side by 3, y will be equal to, this will be 2 times 18, which is equal to 36. Arithmetic mean is calculated by summing up the values that we have, which are 20, 3a, and 4a, and dividing that to the number of values. We have 1, 2, 3 values. This will be equal to 30. Now what I need to do is to solve this equation first. Here what I have is, when I multiply each side by 3, what I have is 20 plus 7a is equal to 90. When I subtract 20 from each side, what I have is 7a is equal to 70. Dividing each side by 7, a is equal to 10. And they're asking me a square. This is equal to 10 square, which is equal to 100. An inversely proportional graph means that y times x is equal to some constant value. Therefore, it cannot be b, which has a line here, because it's not inversely, it is directly proportional. And multiplying two numbers means, and reaching a constant means that each number must have the same sign, or otherwise at least they have to occupy two different and symmetrical quarters. Therefore, this graph could only be something like this. The other part could be this. However, we don't have that in the choices, so the right answer is A. A directly proportional graph must have some sort of value of y over x is equal to something constant. Therefore, this should be something like y is equal to kx. And I have this y is equal to x in one of the choices, which would be the right answer. Find the constant of proportionality, which is something like y over x, since this must be equal to some k value. And in my case, there are three values that I could choose any two of them. Therefore, any of them actually. And say I choose first one, then for y is equal to 6, x is equal to 1. Therefore, this is equal to 6. In this question, it is given that y and x are inversely proportional, and there's a ratio for that. and we are supposed to find that. Therefore, this could be, we could choose any point now. Again, let's choose the third one, which is going to need no calculation, when x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 36, which gives us 36. Y and x are inversely proportional, and I know the values, so let's replace them. Y is equal to 10 when x is equal to 5, and what I am asked is the y value when x is equal to 8. These two should be equal to each other. Therefore, when I divide each side by 8, what I have is 5 times 10 over 8, which is equal to, when I simplify by 2, this is going to be 5 2. This is going to be 25 over 4. X and y are inversely proportional, so their multiplication must be constant. And we know that x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 12 when some point, and we are supposed to calculate y value when x is equal to 10. Therefore, what we need to do is just to divide each side by 10. So what I have is y is equal to 12 times 8 over 10, which is equal to 96 over 10, which is equal to 9.6. We can express this equation as a over a plus b over a is equal to 8. And a over a is equal to 1, so we can say that 1 plus b over a is equal to 8. When I subtract 1 from each side, b over a would be equal to 7. Therefore, a over b is equal to 1 over 7, which is the reverse. Keep this in mind. Let's jump into the other equation now, second one. A minus b over b could be written as a over b minus b over b. This is equal to a over b minus 1. This is equal to 1. Now let's replace a over b by 1 over 7. This would be equal to 1 over 7 minus 1, which would be equal to 1 over 7 minus 7 over 7, or 1 minus 7 over 7, or minus 6 over 7. We can write this equation as a over b plus b over b is equal to 5 over 4. Then b over b is equal to 1. So a over b plus 1 is equal to 5 over 4. When I subtract 1 from each side, what I will have is a over b is equal to 5 over 4 minus 4 over 4, which is equal to 1 over 4. Therefore, I can say that the reverse one, a over b is equal to 1 over 4. Therefore, b over a is equal to 4. Let's keep this in mind. And now jump to the second part of the question. Now what I have here is a minus b over a's square could be written as a over a minus b over a's square, which is equal to a over a is equal to 1 and b over a is 4. Therefore, this is 4 square, which is equal to minus 3's square, which comes out to be 9.